travel with me.
Hey fellow humans, Mina here. Today I'd like to talk to you about Silent Tears. Silent Tears? Wait a second, isn't your novel called South? Well, right you are. It is! But I bet you didn't know that before South became what it is today, it was going to be a comic with a very, very different story. Silent Tears started many years ago, and it actually had a really darker story. Here's a little short blurb of what Silent Tears was supposed to be about. Minami Kyuki's heart's a battleground of despair. Faced with more difficulties in the left than a normal teen, Minami copes by living one day at a time. But how long before the tragic events of her past haunts her until her very death? Pretty dark, right? It wasn't even a romance. No characters from South, except for Minami, even existed.
Sorry, LGBT plus representation.
Then in 2010, after my first visit to Japan, I changed the whole story to something called Shattered. It was still dark, but not nearly as much as the OG Silent Tears was. I never did write anything in the newly revised Shattered. I had only written one volume of comic script for Silent Tears and that was it. And just as a side note, Silent Tears was supposed to be a comic before it turned into the novel that it is today. Yeah! You can interrupt me all you want, you gorgeous hunk of fluff. He's a gorgeous hunk of fluff. Actually, speaking of Silent Tears, it took me forever to even write one chapter, and those chapters are nowhere near the length of the chapters that you would find in South. And I worked on it for years with no real direction. I didn't plan it out, and it totally showed. Anywho, in 2011, I went to Korea for the first time. Just a vacation. On the subway somewhere in Seoul, I saw this one lonely blonde-haired white girl in a crowd of Koreans. This random stranger was suddenly now my inspiration for AJ, the other MC of South. This random meeting of some random girl I've never met before or will never meet again made me want to skip all that backstory stuff and go straight to the college years. Needless to say, South has come a really long way from its Silent Tears origins. Spoilers, in Silent Tears, Minami was supposed to die at the end. What? I'm happy to say that South has a much happier ending, and Minami has her bestie and roommate AJ to go along for the ride. If you're actually curious about Silent Tears, I posted the whole first volume of scripts unedited online on my blog, for a total of 8 chapters. And like I said, it's all on my blog, link in the description down below. And as a side note, look for Silent Tears Easter eggs hidden in all of my writings pretty much. Anywho, that's all I gotta say for now. If you want to hear more about South, be sure to follow me on all your favorite social medias. Links below. Stay safe and take care. Bye!